Hi folks, today I'm going to be taking the window panel out of a 2007 Dodge Nitro. The window regulator is broken and I have the other side taken out here so you can see what's happening here. Actually the window regulator is already taken out here, but what you want to do is you got to get the window out of here, and the window is held in by this little part here. And you got to push this through the window opening here and then pull the window out. I'm going to show you how to do that. Anyways, this one's already taken off, and this is the only way you can replace this whole regulator mechanism that breaks right here. You can see the little hole where it's broken out, and it messed up the whole mechanism. So I'm going to show you how to take this off and replace it. The tools you're going to need a number 10 socket wrench, Torx, I think it's a T15 size Torx to take the door handle off, and a regular standard screwdriver. Alright, so here's the door panel we're going to take off. I already took this off. You take this off with this screwdriver. It's just you can see that little thing. You just pop it in there, screwdriver in there, and pry it out. And then there's a bolt in there, and your Torx screws are here, and there's one down here you got to take out, and the speaker comes out after you take everything apart. Okay, I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so after all your bolts are out, you just kind of pull the door up and it just comes off, and then you're going to have to disconnect the door mechanism and the speaker wire here, and just pull those out. An optional way to get this other one off here is you can just push this through the door and then disconnect it right here. It's got a quick disconnect. I'll go with one hand. Yeah. So that comes off, and then you just pull the door panel off and set it aside. You're going to take the speaker out later on and put it in right here. The speaker out, you're going to put in the new panel. Okay, so here's the new panel replacement, and you can see we're looking at the inside. That's the slot that the window goes in, and these are all the pulleys that operate the window up and down movement. So what usually breaks is this right here on these Dodge Nitros, because the regulator will bind up and then tighten this and then pull this, just rip out the whole thing. So you got to replace the whole panel. Okay, so what I'm going to do is remove all of these bolts in here. I've already taken a few out along the top. You're going to take all these out, and then after this is all loose, then we're going to remove these wires here. I'll show you how to do that. And you got to unclip this little piece that holds on the door handle operation here. This thing you just pop out, get a screwdriver behind there and pop it forward. So you're going to disconnect this as well. There's a little tab that you pull out on this thing. And then remove it. So what you're going to do is disconnect this wire up here, pull this wire through here, disconnect all these wires and push that little rubber piece through this hole right here. All the wires will go with it. I'll show you that in a minute. What you want to do on this wire is stick a screwdriver through here and push down on the top of that connector, and then just kind of slide it back that way. Okay, and you can see mine's loose in there. I can actually start pulling the wire through here now. Take that rubber boot. See that? So this whole wire comes out through there. So everything's pretty much loose in this panel right now. And since the window, I had a board in there propping this up. It's not connected. You can probably just pull this out now. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull this up and remove it. One other thing, you want to disconnect this down here before you start pulling anything out. This is the speaker cable. So go ahead and there's a little wire in here. You want to disconnect it. Okay. On the speaker, you're gonna have to get up in there, maybe with a screwdriver. You can see that little tab you gotta push down. Pull that out, but you can see this is the part we have to remove from the window here. So we're gonna push that little tab in and remove that, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. But anyways, get this speaker out of here, and then you can see all the cables are messed up. The whole thing's gone haywire. So when you get to taking these out, you just got to kind of pull the door out. Try and leave these in place. You put all these back. All right. Okay, so here's the panel I just removed, and you can see it's pretty messed up right here where this thing broke. And this was a makeshift one I put on, but you can see the crack right there. So here's the part you got to push through the window. You're going to pull this off, and then the window's just going to, this is just going to come off the window. This is the one from the other side, and you can see the little thing you got to push. You see it move like that. So when you slide the window in, it just slides in there, and then this locks the window in place. All right. So I'm going to remove that now. Okay, so I just push this through with a screwdriver here, and you push that through, and now the window, now this is released. Now if you're going to take the window out with the panel on, there is a little hole in here in the door panel for you to align this to, and it's covered up. But you move the window till you get to that hole right here. You find that location, and you can put a screwdriver through there to find that hole right here. I'll just show you. It's right there, and you'll see it through there when the panel's in place. I'll show you at the end too. Okay, one other thing you're going to have to do is remove this handle, and what you do is you push that. You're going to have to push from the bottom. There's a little piece that's in there. I already pushed it to the top, but you can see it sticking out right here. You gotta push that up all the way through, and this whole mechanism is going to come out. and you have to re-spring it, pull that out, and put it in the new one. Okay, so here's the panel with the speaker installed. There's 1, 2, 3 screws that you put that on with. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and put the panel in the car. So the first thing I'm going to do is run the wires back through this hole in the panel here. So that hole right there, I'm going to run these wires back through here and then put this mechanism, this is the handle mechanism, back through the hole here about right around the same time. See that right here? Okay, so let me try and do that here. Okay, so I run these through here and I put this through here, and I'll just pull that boot housing out, and then this boot goes on that hole, and then we'll be ready to mount it and put the window in. Okay, and then you make sure you plug in the speaker back here. This just plugs into the top right there where you took it out. It just plugs into the speaker socket right there. Just to show you that socket, so it's right here. And that plugs right in here. That. Just push it in. There you go. What you want to do with this boot here is get on the other side here and push it through, and then align it right here, and then it'll be set. Then you just kind of run these back, the lines back through the way they were here. This one goes to the door handle, and this one plugs into here. And when you plug it in, there's a little push lock that you push that red tab in. Okay, so just run these all the way up. This goes through the hole here. This is the door lock, I believe, and then you're gonna have to get a little screwdriver and kind of push that tab up in there, and you should be good to go. Okay, so once all that's in there, I went ahead and pushed that in, lock that in. This is going to go through here. There's a little tab, you got to put that through. Okay, and it holds the wires in place. So what you want to do now is set that window, and we're going to use that little hole that you can see through here to kind of align what I showed you on the other piece, which was this one that you're gonna have to stick the window in that slot, and then kind of push it a little, and then drop the window down, and it'll lock in place. Now what I usually do is I lift the window up and push the panel down. You're gonna kind of have to hold the window. You might have someone else do that, but stick a bolt in the bottom one here so the panel's a little bit tight, a little bit snug. And you might want to put another one up in the top area there as well, like right here, and then kind of hold the panel in place while you're doing this. So what you want to do is lift that window up here a couple inches, and then push the screwdriver, push that little tab in with the screwdriver, and then when you drop the window will drop into that slot right there where the hole is, and you can see it in there. And then what you want to do is push down on the window, and you'll hear it click into place. Okay, so I'm going to push this window down, and it's going to snap into that little slot right there in that hole. Okay, so the window's down, and now once everything's aligned, I don't know if you can see in there or not. But you can see that little tab that we looked at on that other one is through that hole in the window, and the little tab's down. So you can reach in there and feel it. Okay. So the window's like locked in place. Window regulator button back on. I'm going to test the window now. And the window's going up and down. So it seems to work. So now I'm going to go ahead and put all the remaining bolts in this panel, and then just put the inner door panel on, and that's pretty easy. So I don't think you need any help doing that. You can do the rest yourself.